I know it's late, but I'm not too tired. So I'm going to give a reason why I said what I said. So if you look at the title, I'm going to speak on why I said what I said about the title. What Robert been through, it can be on TV, all right, the movies, because this is real life. What he's going through is real life. And the reason I'm saying what I'm saying because I'm looking at how this is playing out. I'm looking at how this is playing out. And to be honest, I think in the beginning, before he got married, before he was going with his wife, I think it was a plot and a plan. It seemed to me, that's my opinion. I think it was a plot and a plan. Came and conquered. That's my opinion. Because I told you guys, when things are on the YouTube streets for us to look at over weeks, months, we have a right to talk about it. It's not about um, talking bad about someone. It's just giving our opinion on the things that we see. And you got to realize I'm 51. I don't hate no one. Um, I'm just giving my opinion, what I think. And you got to realize this. Robert was living his life. Imagine before he met his wife. Just imagine before he met his wife. He was doing amazing. Now just put that in your head first before you even put his wife on your brain. Look at his life, how he was moving. I don't know if you all seen in his it looked like many plays to me, like a play. The stuff that he was doing probably was a skit, but it was look like little mini plays what he was doing, and his music, and just I was following him. And then when he got with her, I was really following both of them because I love them as a couple. And he was doing so good. All his views, all his supporters, he was doing amazing. And then you got to look at the play, y'all. Y'all, before you got, if anybody disagree with me, just look at the play. Look at the play. He didn't know her. He did not know her from a can of paint. He was living his best life. He was living his best life with one child. And then I guess how she came to meet him, she was in my opinion, but I think it was a video. She did a video with a young man. I guess his name 20 Mil or something like that. And I guess somehow, some way, I guess they wanted to put the video. It was already doing good, but I guess he wanted to put it out further. I want to get all into that. I just want to talk about your boy Robert. But anyway, he didn't know her from a can of paint. So she ended up, I guess, searching him out. My opinion. Everything gonna be my opinion because I don't want nobody saying nothing. So my opinion, she found him. And when she found him, I think that's when the plot, the plan came in. Because a man has to be attracted to a woman. Because the Bible say a man finds, well, how I go, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. He didn't find her. Because if he would have seen some things in her, he probably would not have liked that. If he was from her town home, where she was from, he probably wouldn't have liked the things that he saw. because you got to look at the behaviors now. You got to look at these behaviors now after the 6 years of being married. Look at the behaviors now. Now, what was that behavior like 6 years before he met her? So, from the rip, if I'm not mistaken, I'm believing that she said that she want to get married, that she is not moving where he is if they're not going to get married. So I think she pushed the marriage part on, not him. And like she said, he did not want any children. A lot of people in this world, men and women, before they have kids, they say, I don't want kids. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say they don't want kids. That's not something unheard of. People say that. So, like I said, I believe it was a plot and a plan. For one, she found him. She wanted to get married. She already said he didn't want kids. Somehow, some way, they had a beautiful baby girl. And so, if you hear the things that she say now, if you hear the stuff, I was never happy. I had a career. Just all this stuff that he has a small thing. He depended on me. And it's like, wait a minute now. This man had Facebook, YouTube, other channels, and now you're making it seem like he needed you, like he put you on. And sometimes you have to wonder, how did he lose these 8 million people? How did he lose these people? So the things that we don't know everything because we was not in the house. But the things that I'm hearing from both of them, I have to make sense out of it. Because sometimes when she say some things, she don't say the whole thing. Like she'll say, he drugged me. If somebody drugged you, you're going to say, he drugged me by the hair. He drugged me by the arm. He drugged me by the shirt. He drugged me by the legs. He was dragging me. How? Was he dragging you because you wouldn't let him go? I don't know now. I'm just speculating. I'm trying to figure it out. Did he drag you when you probably was holding on his leg and wouldn't let him go? You know, come on. We got to, I mean, if anybody get in a fight with somebody, or if somebody do something physical to you, you're going to say, he hit me in the head. He punched me in the lip. He hit me in the eye. If you say he drugged me, he was dragging me by my arm. You got to be specific. So it's like, it's not adding up. Stuff just not making sense. Because the thing is, if you had all these degrees, if you got all these degrees, and somebody's not treating you right, why would you wait 6 years? 6 years. And I believe, my opinion, in those 6 years, I think it was time. It was enough time to get everything together. Everything together, the body together, the teeth together, everything together before the move was made. That's my opinion. And it was some other things you're going to say. And the thing I don't get, it's a lot of women who broke up with their man. I never seen a woman drag her husband so bad on these YouTube streets. Not only her husband, her child's father. That's not normal. And like I said, I see him posting certain things, and it says something like any woman can have a child, but it takes something to be a mother. So I see him posting that kind of stuff, but it's like he watching her behavior. In the beginning, And I'm gonna do a video. I'll probably do a video because it's getting late. But in the beginning, when all this stuff was happening, people didn't expect this out of her. A lot of people who was pulling for her did not expect this behavior. This is too fresh. This is too new. This is not even 6 months in all this happening. And so, in my opinion, I think that she already wanted to live this kind of life with the picture, with the whole butt showing, with the whole pretty much outfit, just with all the boob, pretty much a lot of the stomach showing, not covered up. It's like, is this why you did not want your marriage to live this kind of life, to show your skin? I mean, in the beginning, when they was together, I loved it. Like they say, you don't know what's going on behind the scene. People don't know what's going on behind the scene. But the new her, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not. It's just like disturbing to me. Like, what is really going on? What is really going on? And it's like all these people who was doing videos with her and talking with her when she was crying, when she was going through something. Was this the outcome that people was? I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know all of what I'm seeing now was going to be an outcome of all that talking she was doing when this stuff first was happening. But I knew that she did not want to be in this marriage, because when you hear her talk now, it's like she been wanted out, but she wasn't prepared and ready. But once she got all done up with the teeth, the breast, the butt, the body, it was like, it's time to move. And the way, it's not how she did it, it's the way she did it. It was cruel. It was cruel because she didn't give him credit for what she had. She made her boss move, don't get me wrong, but she's not giving him credit for the beginning. Now, what somebody do after you put them on and they become big, hey, they making their boss moves now. But give him credit for starting you where you at and getting you on top. He started that. But she's not giving him no credit whatsoever. When she was with him, she gave him credit. But when she departed, nothing. It's like, wait a minute now, you down in the man music. It ain't gonna be nothing. It's not gonna hit that download song. I'm like, this how you really felt? It took you to be out of the relationship with him to say how you really feel, unless you were saying that all along, like he been saying. Because I believe that she probably was just as guilty as him when it came to the verbal abuse. I believe she just was as guilty, because at the end of the day, within 2 months, when this happened, going in, going off, talking bad about him, his oldest daughter, joining in. And it's like, what's really happening? What is really going on? What is really going on here? She don't want to be with you. I'm like, what is happening? Why are you even allowing this girl to come on here and say this about her father? Something just not right. Something is just not right. And I'm just looking at every day. I look at the videos. I'm like, what's going on with her? Is she hurt? Is she feeling some type of way because he have a friend, yoga instructor? I mean, keep it classy. He got this whole yoga instructor, and they are keeping it classy. They are keeping it so classy. You want to watch them. You want to look at their videos. And at the end of the day, I believe that the breakup and the separation is needed because she doing her thing, what she wanted to do, and now he putting out the videos that he probably should have been put out when he first had them sons. I think he should have put out the videos, but by them being together, he probably want her to dress how she dressing now, showing all her skin, and she probably want him being around all them ladies who he doing the videos with the clothes on, the like half naked. So by them separating, both of them are allowed, not allowed, but can do what they want to do, and both of them are blossom. Ugh, I can't even get it out, doing good for themselves. So, it's just the part now, it's like she is boasting, bragging. And it's like, to me, it seemed like she came in here, he was a sitting duck. Like he was blind. Like he was in love with her. It seemed like she tricked him. It seemed like she played him. Like she knew from the get-go that she wanted something out of this, and he was not going to be included at the end. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Because anybody who started off like her would be like, you know what, he did put me on, but I don't want to be with him no more. I thank him for putting me on, get me where I'm at. I know learned the game. Now I'm flying my wings, and I'm getting ready to leave. But don't act like this man didn't help you get on. Don't act like this man didn't have all these followers and got you. The thing is, she probably got some of his followers that came to her, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair. I believe that this man should do a mini movie, because a lot of people probably, we just see what goes on these YouTube streets. We don't see what's going on in the real world. It's a lot of women probably be doing this to these men. You know, search them out, find somebody. Because why did she find a woman who had a lot of views? Why didn't she find a woman that had a lot of views to get put her on, to get her videos popping? She found the man. She found somebody who had money, and she drove to see him. She got in his DMs. She wanted to get married. She already said he didn't want kids. So what happened? How did a kid come along? Were you on a pill? Were you protecting yourself in a different way? What happened? You boast and brag. Oh, he didn't want no kids. Let everybody hear him mentioning something about not wanting kids, but yet you had his child. You said you was never happy in the relationship because he verbal and all these abused you in all these different ways. And you already had a career. All you had to do is take your kids and go back home. That first year, because you said the whole time you wasn't happy. So why didn't you go back home? Go back home. You drove over there with him. Not with him. You drove over there to meet him. So why you didn't pack you and your kids stuff up and go back home if you wasn't happy before you got all this done? So to me, my opinion, I'm going to state my opinion. My opinion is that after her and her first, after her children fathers didn't work out and he probably moved on, in her, my opinion, in her brain was like, I got these 3 kids and I'm not with the child's father. That's my opinion. And I feel that she needed to do something and do something quick. I don't know the time frame that she wasn't with her child's father, her 3 children father, until she met her boyfriend, now husband, ex-husband. I don't know the time frame, but I see she moved quick because she's not even divorced and she all up on this other man. So I don't know how she moved. So 3 kids, the children's father moved on. I'm sure she had the kids the majority of the time, trying to work. She said she wanted to be a model, and she needed help. So how they went about finding Robert, somehow, some way. And once she did, I guess the DMs, and from the DMs, she went to where he was. He didn't know her, so she went to where he was. So I think she did her, whatever she did, her crafty work. I think she did her crafty work and magically got in his head. Some men are weak and blind, infatuated, lustful, and whatever happened to boom her and her 3 kids where he at. So my opinion is when she started saying that she was not happy, you got a career, you got degrees. When you found out you was not being happy, why didn't you drive back home? Why did you stay? It seemed like, to me, my opinion is that she stayed long enough to get everything together, body wise, financial, and say, I'm out of here. And it's like, wow. And for Robert to hear all this stuff that she's saying now, he probably heard it. And she probably spoke to him like that when nobody was around. That, I can only imagine she doing this now on these YouTube streets within 6 months, October, November, December, January, February, March. Within 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. Just listen to the stuff and how she talk about him. Now, like I say, he might say some little stuff too, but it ain't nothing degrading her like that. Like she doing him. And if it is, please let me know in the comments if he says something that's degrading. Now I know, like I say, he'll post something, but you got to understand. And people wondering, why did he show any emotions when she was crying? Because he already probably been there and done that. Imagine being with somebody for 6 years and they do that kind of cry. He probably already know, like, what's all that about? He probably been there, done that, and it's like, come on now. Because when they did that little interview with that man and the lady, and they had him on the screen, her on the screen, when she started that crying, he was like, and it was like, see how he is. He ain't even got no emotions. Y'all don't know what this man been through either. Y'all don't know what he been through either. If this lady doing this on these YouTube streets and the stuff that she's doing, it's not for us. It's not for us. It's for him to see it. Because I don't even think that she like that man like the way that she do putting on. My opinion is that she don't even like that man like that. I think she doing all that to make her soon-to-be ex-husband jealous. jumping all on them, gyrating all on them, doing the most with them. Within 6 months, that's not a good look. So it's not making him jealous. It's making him like, oh my God, I am embarrassed that I married her. I'm embarrassed that she's my daughter's mother. So it's not making him jealous. It's making him turning him off, all the way off, even if he wanted to make it work. It's a turn off. For a husband, that's not a boyfriend. That is a husband. Seeing their wife, not ex-wife, seeing their wife do this within 6 months of separating. And like I said, she's not doing that for us. My opinion, she don't even like that dude who she with, her friend. I don't even think she like him like that. It's just somebody, how she did her soon-to-be ex-husband. How she doing this man right now is probably how she did her husband. And it's sad. It's sad how you come up from somebody and want them to have nothing, want to tear them down. And they help you. Imagine somebody, y'all got to put yourself in people's shoes. Imagine you having enough to get you by, to take care of you, your kids. You got a little car, you got a place to stay, you got a 9 to 5, you taking care of your kids, you got family. Okay, that's the regular life. That's my regular life. I got a car, I take care of my kids, I got a place to stay, I don't have to ask people for nothing. I'm living my life. But what if somebody wanted more than just living their life? They wanted the big life and they want it now. So you have to play the game. So I think she was playing the game. That's it. Because if I'm not mistaken, I heard the sister, his sister say, she never came to my house. In 6 years, you never came to your in-laws' house, your sister-in-law house, because it wasn't a plan to be around that long. It wasn't a plan to be around that long. So that's probably why she didn't come to the sister-in-law house. I ain't getting close to them. I don't plan on being around that long. Why go see them? You never seen them in 6 years? Plot, plan, came, left, conquered, divide, destroy. That's what I seen. That's what I see. Just like to me, when this man had his name, the truth. This man had this name before her. And when I heard her say something I may not get it all the way 100% correct, but it's something as in, I'm gonna say the name was let me think of another name. Um just any name. Just think of any name. And you got that name Patton. You got that name Patton. Why? Why did she get that name Patton in knowing that it came from him? Oh, I got it first. Like, so cocky. Like, I beat him to it. So cocky. So cocky. And it's like, nobody dislike her. Is that they dislike her spirit, her ways, how she turned out. In the beginning, when she was with him, she was nothing like she is now. I never seen this part. I used to talk about them all the time. Well, I like them as a family. But is this what she wanted to leave her husband for? Is this what she wanted to leave her husband and her family for? To me, sometimes fame and being famous is not all of that. It's not all of that. And a lot of famous people will tell you that. I heard so many famous people get tired of being famous. And you had a beautiful life, beautiful family, a man that took you in with three children, little children, not even teenagers, took you in with three children, did beautiful videos. Like I say, I don't know what goes on in people's house, but if it was that bad, you'll be like, let me get my kids and get on out of here and go back home. But the thing is, why didn't you do that? Why did you wait until you got your whole body done, your teeth done, you got your own following, you got money in your pocket, and then you decide, oh, I don't need them now. I done got what I wanted. I'm out. Normally, you'll hear a woman talk about a boyfriend who she don't have kids with. You break up with your boyfriend, oh, you talk about him. But talking about your husband, still married to him, your daughter's father like that, on social media where everybody hearing you talk about this man, and you don't think that none of this behavior was while you was with him? Like you just not started talking about him like this? No. So it's like people believed that he was the one doing the verbal abuse. I said, no, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And I'm going to play my other video that I did probably in October when all this was going down, but I let it go. I didn't want to talk about it because they was taking a lot of heat. And I said, God forbid something happened. I don't want to be the cause of it because they was taking so much heat. You know, I didn't know whether they was somebody was going to go into depression. So I didn't want to talk about it. But since they still talking about it, she's still talking about it. They having petitions to close this person page, close that person page. It's like you put this stuff on these social media streets. People is interested and people is entertained and people is talking about it. But like I said, and I'm going to continue to say, I think she was like a lion, a mama lion that pounced on Robert. She came out of nowhere and pounced in his DMs and want to take everything from him after he done gave her the beginning of her life. Of not of her life, of her doing her things in these social media streets. Because anybody who sit back and look and listen, where would she be if she never met him when it comes to these YouTube streets? Do you think she'll be where she at right now today if she did not meet him? You guys got to ask yourself some questions. And when people say, oh, they just hating on her. No, nobody's not hating on her. Everybody know that she's beautiful. That whatever she got done, is, hey, she got her body done. Beautiful. There's nobody hating on that because if some people who really wanted to get it done, they could. And they'll look different and better too. But some people just want to look how they look. So, like I said, this the life that she wanted. And by all means necessary, she did what she had to do and she got it. She did what she had to do and she got it. She came, left, conquered, and destroyed. She did that. She did that. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. She came, left, conquered, and destroyed. And it's just shameful to me, my opinion. And I'm speaking of her spirit, because I don't hate her. Her flesh, I don't hate her, because the flesh will make you do some stuff what she did. That spirit make you do some stuff that she did. That weak flesh and that weak spirit will make you do some stuff that she did. Because that's not the norm. That's not the norm. And when I heard from the get-go how it started, I didn't hear it from him to let me know that something went right. When she was in that car and she told the story how it happened, so I said, so you was the initiator? I'm like, so you was the initiator? So you grabbed his phone? You sprayed him with mace? And now it's like, you know what? Say no more. Say no more. So at the end of the day, a lot of people probably agree. A lot of people probably disagree. But at the end of the day, facts are facts. Facts are facts. Guarantee you, if I was to ask questions to be on the lie detector test, I would love to ask questions. It'll be, did you ever put your husband down? Because she told us what he did to her. He told us she told us what he said to her, and I believe it. That he said something about, oh, you got all these degrees and blase, blase. And he probably said that because look at how she acting now. You got all these degrees. And so he probably did say that because look how she acting now. Look at the stuff she displaying now on these social media streets. Coming on with negligee. Got 4 kids. 4 young kids. And doing the most. It was like, to me, when she was married, she was so classy. So classy. So classy. And now, totally different. Totally different. It's like, is somebody going to say, talk to her? Is somebody going to talk to her? Because I think just because a person is in a late 20s, they early 30s, some people don't have guidance. I don't think she have the right guidance. People telling her, you know, you may not want to do that. Or if they are, she might don't want to listen. She probably want to live her quote, quote, best life. You can live your best life and be classy. You can live your best life. You know, the level that she's at now, the levels that she's at now, she could say that she did that part on her own, but give your husband some credit. Give him some credit. And I would love, Lord knows, I would love to know what happened to his channel, his 8 million followers. I would love to know what happened to that, because I'm seeing some real disturbing stuff on these YouTube streets coming from her mouth. To talk about your husband, the size that he is. So you never liked that. So that's why I said it was a plot in a plan. It was a plot in a plan. Oh, I tell you. I'm going to read some of these comments. And you guys, I'm so busy talking. How everybody doing? I hope everybody was doing well. Let me read some of these comments. I am that somebody. I like that. Agree. New life, new reaction. Akima, hey. I love when you go live. Thank you. I am that somebody. His skits series was called Will He Cheat? Yes, he was doing that before he met her. It's sad the way she has tried to tear him down. Yes, it is. Yes, and it's like I'm gonna get. Well, since we're talking about that, my thing is he was doing this already. She probably was the jealous type. She probably was, in my opinion, she probably was jealous with her child's father, who she had the three kids with. And it's like this beautiful woman. It makes you wonder, why did he work it out with her? It's just disturbing. It's disturbing because Robert could have been so far right now. I believe if he didn't get with her, he would have been so far. Because look how fast when he left her that he made these videos, and these videos are decent. The videos are decent. He got a nice voice, and the videos is okay. And it's like, now that she's not with him, I think this the life she wanted to live, showing her body off. Cause that's what she doing, showing the body off. And like I said, y'all, I believe she really doing all this to get under her husband's skin. That's my opinion. Ellis Taylor said, yes, Robert was doing fine before the relationship and marriage. He was, and now look. So I'm glad it seemed like he's getting back. He getting back up. I think he's getting back up because I couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. New life, new reaction. Akima say, you always encourage me to keep going on the things you speak about. We have to encourage each other. You encourage me, I encourage you. We encourage each other. So thank you. I am that somebody said she set out to finance him. Yes, she did. Because it's no way in the world that he never knew her. She stalked him out, and within 6 years, she came, left, conquered, destroyed, and now she picking on him. It's like somebody antagonizing you, trying to be funny, like shooting the birds. And it's like pretty much when she shoot a bird, like, F you, I got you. And it's like, that is just, it does something to my spirit. Like I say, I wasn't going to come on. Like I said, I did this video, my first couple of, I think I did at least 3 videos in October, November, when it first happened. I said what I said. So probably tomorrow, I'm going to go back and let y'all hear parts of the stuff that I was saying about 5 months ago. It left a nasty taste in my mouth. When she was talking about what she did in that car, how it all went down, I said, so she was the aggressor, and how she's flipped the script. So many things. Like I say, it's just so much. I can't get it all. I'll probably just leave it at this after I read y'all comments, and probably come back tomorrow and speak on some more. I am that somebody. If I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses, so that's why I'm squinching my eyes. I'm sorry. If he was dragging that girl, would have marks. She says she's the queen of receipts. Seems like she would have taken pictures and showed them by now. You're right. I ain't think about that. I didn't think about that. But I did say, if he was dragging her, normally when somebody say, I'm getting dragged, you're going to say, oh, was dragging me by my hair. She just like, he was dragging me. Was she dragging him? Was he dragging her because she probably wouldn't let him go? I probably had his legs or had his arms, and he was pulling on her, but she ain't said nothing about what part of her body that he was dragging her. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. Ellis Taylor say, I am that somebody. I know, right? And Mina Spears said, right, I agree. Deborah Wright said, never forget humble beginnings. Never. She done, man, please. Man, that lady came, conquered, came, left, conquered, and destroyed. It seems she really got disgusted when he found out he was sick and lost weight. Yeah. Yeah, she probably didn't like that. She probably didn't even like him when he was a bigger man. So, he he no longer served her purpose. She was looking for a way out. She instigated the situation in October and took it. Yeah, that's what I believe. Man, she wanted to get out there because y'all got to realize she wasn't doing all this moving. It was a plot and a plan because right after this, she in movies. This was a plot and a plan. Nobody don't do movies and start doing all this stuff in 6 months. In 6 months, she already had this thing plotted and planned. It was like, man, we getting too close. I got to get out of this. And she didn't want him to be no part of it. So she had to leave and make a reason for her to leave. Because this happened in October, November, December, January, February, March. October, November, December, January, February, March. I got to make sure I'm doing this right. October, November, December, January, February, March. And she doing all this big time stuff now. This was already in the plan. This was already in the plan. So, wow, this was already like literally in the plan because she already done met up with this man. Oof. Deborah Wright says she used him as a stepping stone. I know that's right. I know that's right. And that's in my opinion too. I believe that. I am that somebody. He was a starter husband for her. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a trap. Not just a starter husband, a trap. It was a trap. It's harder to leave when you married. Because I believe if he was not married and she was doing all this, they could have just left you, take your kids, and go on. And he could have just, hey, you leave. But it was a trap. The baby and the marriage. Because she kept saying he didn't want no kids. He didn't want no kids. So why wouldn't you do extra precautions not to have no children? Wrap it up. Peel. Whatever. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Plan, plot. That's what it was. But I feel sorry for him. I do. Because look what he going through. Well, what he went through, it looked like he getting better now. But look what he had to go through. Alice Taylor say, I totally agree 100%. Alice Montgomery, I agree. Yes, she was classy, but she is, ooh. Yes, she was classy, but she is, when you throw stuff in the garbage, now. Elise says she had something to do with his channel too. In my opinion, to me, how she trying to destroy him now, I wouldn't put it past her. Ellis, what you had said, she had something to do with his channel too. How she trying to destroy this man even now? Okay, for one, you left him. You left. To me, it's like, even though he probably been wanting the divorce, she left him. She moved on. He have a friend who he do yoga with, do skits with. She have a friend that I think is more than a friend. Why are you still trying to help people sign petitions to get his page going? She don't want this man to have nothing. She want him to struggle. She don't want him to have, I mean, she got ownership to that name, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it's my opinion. I'm just gonna keep saying it's my opinion, and just so I make sure I cover myself. You knew. Why would you want that name? The only person, like, if I don't know if y'all saw the movie, what's I don't know if y'all saw the movie What Love Got to Do with It. In that case, when it came to Tina Turner, she keep that name because she been through domestic violence. She didn't, she, with Ike, she came to Ike place and started singing. So they both got better together. So yeah, somebody like that should keep the name. But when it comes to her, why do she got that name? Why do she? And she boasts and bragged about it the way she said it, like it was a plan all along. Oh, I got it first. He should have been faster. I got it first. I'm like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy, man. That's why I say he need to do a movie. He really need to do a movie to show people how this thing went. Have a girl to play her, and he play himself. I have a guy to play him, but it'd be better probably if he played himself and have a girl to, and let people know what went on in that household, because people is not understanding. People is taking her word for everything. People, and the thing is, other men to be done spoke out. Yeah, some, because people, men not speaking. More men, if this happening with men, more men need to speak out and say, hey, this woman is verbally abusive. She say this, she say that. Women do that, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's some women who do verbal abuse, and not only verbal abuse men. Some women out there do that, but the men keep it silent because it's embarrassed to say that my wife slapped me, my wife hit me. No, so men keep it silent and they won't say anything. But if he do this movie, this what need to be on Tubi. This what need to be on Tubi from the very beginning of him living his life before he met her. Start off with that person so people can see, hey, I was the man before I met her. So he need this how the movie need to go. This how y'all pay me. Y'all need to pay me some money for telling y'all that this new movie need to come out. But anyway, need to start off with him, his childhood. You know, be honest, because the movie, this will be a good movie. Start off a little bit about his childhood, and then give a sneak peek about hers. If not with her, just give his childhood, and people probably be like, oh, hey, I know her, she was this person. And people who know her from her city, they probably can tell people how she was, you know, because we don't know her story, but he can give his story, and start off how he started his channel, what he had to do to build it, how he eventually got all his millions subscribers, people to follow him. And then all of a sudden, how he looked at the phone, seen her DM, and then boom, talk from there. Boom, talk from there. Once, we need to hear that story. Once you got in her DMs, what was said? Why did she want to get married so fast? Have a child? What was going on in that 6 years? Some stuff the stuff that's behind the scene. If we was a fly on the wall, talk about that kind of stuff so we can get in the head, because people is believing everything she's saying. And you gotta, instead of writing the books, people, well, write your books. I ain't gonna tell nobody what not to do. Okay, write the book, but also make a little movie. Do a little movie so some people can see what really went on in their household. Because she making Robert look real bad in these streets. But a person who got an open mind, we see through certain things. We see through those tears and that ways that she was crying to now. You just was pouring down crying 3, 4 months ago to this. So all that crying got people to unfollow him, unsubscribe to him, dislike him. All that is manipulative stuff, in my opinion. And all these people, why people is not doing interviews with her now? Why people not doing interviews with her now? In the beginning, oh, everybody wanted to interview her. Everybody wanted to do an interview with her. Where y'all at now? Why y'all won't interview her now? And I know people say, oh, she shouldn't stay in her griefs for so long. Listen, less than 6 months to this was a plot, a plan. She came, she left, she conquered and destroyed. Oh, I ain't finna sit in that grief. I'm finna get out that grief. You was not grieving, in my opinion. You was not grieving. I don't think the life was that bad with him. He probably didn't want her to be exposed with other men because he know how fast that she came on to him. And so he probably, his mind, I don't know, just my opinion, he probably did not want her out there in them streets because he probably seen how fast and attached that she can get with him. Look how fast it was with him. Look how fast it is with this other man. Who child? So with that being said, I'm going to read the rest of these comments. I don't have to do my night job tomorrow. I just have to do my day job. So I come back tomorrow and it will not be this late. It would not be this late, but I will be back on tomorrow. So I'm going to read the rest of these comments and I'm going to have to say good night to you all, okay? Elise said, in my opinion, there we go, in my opinion. I believe she know what happened to the channel being destroyed. I believe we need a lie to take the test. How she did a lie to take the test about what had happened when the lie detector test was like, did he break your fingers? Oh, I passed it. Yeah, he probably did break your finger, but he didn't do it intentionally. Your finger probably was broken in the scuffle because you said y'all was on that bed or whatever on the couch wrestling, trying to get the phone. So it could have broke that way, and it could have broke when he was trying to cover up his stomach, cover you up with that tote. They're trying to prevent the spray and getting kicked. So that lie detector test, of course, you're going to pass that because in the process, he probably broke your finger, but it was not intentionally. My opinion. Because if somebody broke my finger and I know they was doing it aggressively, I ain't finna sit on those steps and go out to eat with nobody who would hurt me like that to the point of breaking my finger. So y'all gotta look at the bigger picture. Y'all have to look at the bigger picture. So, with that being said, everybody, I'm definitely going to come back and now continue the conversation about what I believe that's going on. And I just hope everybody have a good night. I got to get up so early in the morning and cook banana pudding. Because it's at my job, we having a potluck. And I said I was cooking collard greens and banana pudding. But I had to do both jobs, my full-time job and my part-time job. It was no way that I was going to be able to cook no collard greens. Them jokers be done burnt tonight on these stoves. I've been fell asleep. So I'm not doing no collard greens tonight. But in the morning, I am going to do my banana pudding. I got to be to work at 8 o'clock. I'm going to get up and do it around 5 o'clock in the morning, because if I do it tonight, I do not want my cookies to be mushy by the time they eat it. I'm just going to say it's 1 o'clock. Is that what I say? So it's 1 o'clock now, and then I guess about 12 o'clock. I don't want my cookies to be mushy, so I'm going to do it early in the morning. Get my butt up. I know it's late, but it's okay. And I will see y'all tomorrow. I love you guys. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you did not hit the like button coming in, please hit the like button going out. If you come to my channel, come and comment. If you don't agree with me, it's fine. Still comment. I just don't want no disrespectful stuff on my channel. I just don't want no cussing on my channel. I don't want no picking at my channel. But speak your truth. Give your opinion about the things you see in these YouTube streets. It's okay. You can do a mini reaction. You can speak your opinion on my channel. Please feel free. Please remember, I don't dislike your girl at all. I don't dislike her. I dislike her ways, and I dislike her spirit. She got a spirit that I do not like. I am definitely not fond of. I liked her better when she was married to her husband. She had respect about herself, and she had a lot of class. She was so beautiful. She did not have to um, do the most how she doing now. You can be sassy, sexy, and classy, covered up, as we saw already in her when she was with her husband. She sometimes she wear her bathing suits, but she kept it classy. So a lot changed, and I would love to see people who interviewed her when this happened in the beginning. I would love to see they interview now. Okay, so with that being said, everybody, good night. Peace out.